Morning, everyone. Aido here from Social Care Management Team at Crosscare, member of the Social Care Workers Board at Carew, and a member of the Consultative Forum for Former Residents of Mother and Baby Homes. Last week, I talked a little bit about servant leadership as a training, or as a looking at an organisational shift, and the work of Robert K. Greenleaf, and it generated quite a bit of interest. Quite a few people messaged me afterwards. So one of the core tenets of servant leadership is understanding your why. It's one of the questions early on in the training program that we ask everyone. What is your why? A few years ago, 2 years ago, I was down lecturing in LIT on their main campus and on their Ennis campus, and the two cohorts of students that I was lecturing with, I asked the broad question at the beginning: what is your why? And I got answers like, well, I'm doing social care because I didn't get into nursing. I'm doing social care because I didn't want to work in a supermarket. I'm doing social care because I want to help people. And on a very base level, they might be the reasons why you've taken on as a job, but that's not your why. So your why is more about it's more about thinking at a kind of a deeper level, and it's more about like what inspires you. What inspires you to be, or to want to be, a social care worker? And part of that is maybe who inspired you. So look at who influenced you. Maybe from your early life and your early career. Understand what the motivations are. Was there a person in your life, a youth worker, or an uncle or an aunt, or someone who influenced your parent, who influenced your thinking and influenced that caring aspect of it. Dig right back as to what the motivator was. And part of what is your why is, what are your strengths? You're a real people person. Are you motivated? Are you a doer? What are your strengths? What drives you forward? And where and how and when do you add value? It's part of your why. What do you add to wherever you're doing or wherever you're working? And how do you measure then? How do you measure life when you look back at either your college career or your career and work so far? How do you measure that? That's all central to your why. It's all central to what your motivation is. The first course that I ever done after a 21-year career in a whole other field, I studied counselling in Maynooth, and the tutor at the time, a much older man, just a remarkable individual. And he said to me, what do you want to do every day when you go to work? And I was all about making a change and being an influence and being a positive influence and all of that, and really changing people's lives, And he said, well, if that's what you want to do on a daily basis, you haven't got a hope. Because you can't change anyone. You don't have the power to do that. What he said to me was, if you go to work every day and simply set as a task to sit with someone and to make them feel comfortable and maybe see them smile, he said, you'll go home happy every day. So when you're looking at your why, have a real deep look at what your motivations are, what your inspirations are, what drives you to do what you do every day, why you want to keep doing it. And if you can do that and have that kind of real core reflection on why you want to do what you're doing, well, then every day your social care career will be that little bit easier. So focus on that over the next few days. What is your why? Why do you do what you're doing? Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week.